Hello, and we are live. Hello, 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 beautiful souls. Oh my goodness, I am so much beaming with love, and I know you can feel it because I feel the energy of you watching this right now in this now moment and in a future many now moments. And I know the energy and how much the inwards is going to keep on expanding and expanding and expanding in its magnificent energy. So, huge, massive, warm, loving hug to you, whether you are here with me live right now or live with me in another now moment watching this replay. And if you just came into the room, please say hello, comment below, share that content with others. This information is priceless. It is life changing. It is so extremely important. It has to be shared. That gives us opportunity for more and more people to join. And in today's video, I am sharing about all this uncomfortable stuff, which is just a proof, a living testimony that why this show had to be created through me. It had to be created and be here expressed in a raw way. We are de-shaming shame. We are de-shaming depression. We are de-shaming our past. We are de-shaming our shadow. And by doing that, we are shining the light on it. Not to get rid of it, and not to trying to make it go away and disappear so I can only look nice and shiny and phenomenal, but because this is a spiritual journey, a journey of wholeness, everything. My spirituality is the awareness of me being the wholeness. That energy within me, that body as well, the energy that runs the body, and the whole energy all around the body. And simultaneously, I am fully aware of the connection I have energetically with everyone else and everything else, source included, the past versions of me, the future versions of me, other now moments. So just a quick little clip note about spirituality. Why am I sharing this? Because I felt, experienced, and saw as well so many of my own one-on-one clients have been suffering. There it is, steady. Hello, hello, hello. I am here. Me too. Have been suffering because of the rejection of the shadow, which is simply bypassing it. It is just simply a proof that we have not been shown how to deal with it. We have not been brought up to shown. No one taught us how to deal with our trauma. No one taught us how to deal with our emotion. We have been taught to keep it quiet. We have been taught to never talk about it. We have been definitely shown how to suppress and repress what happened, how to never talk about it, how to not deal with it, how to even remove it from our memory, which is a protective mechanism. So we've been shown all these things, how to not deal with what has been blocked and stored within us. And let me just reassure you, every single energy simply wants to flow. No energy has been designed to stack and stay where it is. Every single energy has been designed to flow through us, especially emotion, energy in motion. But because we are creating this massive stigma around this emotion is good, this one is bad, that's the one I want, this one, heck no. That's what creates the suffering. So I wanted in this episode to talk about mastering the energy of you, which is a really big subject. It is a big as well how to. It is not complicated. It is actually very simple, but it isn't easy because we're going against all of the programming we have received, and it is within our bodies. That's my beloved cacao drink. So I wanted to share with you how the first step in order for us to master the energy of me, because we are energetic beings, we are the beings of light, using this human body to express ourselves, but also to experience through this body that which we came here to experience. So how can you experience true love without being in your body? Yeah. How can you release the pain that wants to flow up and out through your body without feeling it? You can't. You can try distract yourself. You can do all of that, but you cannot run away from yourself. So I wanted to share because so many of us experiencing, especially right now, so many energies that they are here to help us and support us on this ascension journey, which is expansion, which is growth, what is healing. It's expansion. We're removing blocks and patterns that makes us suppress some kind of emotion, which creates this ease. There is no ease and flow. It's this ease. And Gabor Mate, phenomenal doctor, like many other doctors, Dr. John Amaral also, said themselves, hi, Andrea, hello, said as well, that the number one thing that creates the illness, Alice wanting to play, is actually repressed, suppressed, unprocessed, stuck, blocked emotion within the body. That's how simple things can be if we are simply choosing to get off being hooked just on being in that 3D world. So simple and true. That's so right. Thank you for joining me and being here. So first of all, I would like us to speak truthfully that this spiritual journey, if you believe it is only about feeling good, it is only about experiencing the emotion you are choosing or wish to experience, I'm not here to tell you you cannot. Who am I to tell you you cannot do this or that? Everything is possible. Yet, I have not met anyone yet who would experience that, which doesn't make it impossible. But I came here to share with you the raw, real experience. That this journey towards healing, which is just expansion, expanding my capacity for the light, is number one based on seeing, feeling, and experiencing my shadow. And now, please do not misunderstand that by, okay, let me now dive into the depression and let me stay in that depression. Okay, that's a whole different experience than allowing yourself to experience the depression someone blocked, stuck, pushed down within you, so you can simply experience energy. Everything is just energy. So you can simply just experience energy flowing through you and on its own time out of you. If you can grasp that one aspect, your whole life is going to change. I promise that. Your whole life is going to change. All this time, that suppressed and repressed guilt and shame is creating that massive resistance. And resistance creates that as well. It's like a cycle, one feeds another. When we resist what is, because we have been told that the meaning of it is bad and we should run away from it, we are not being able to, number one, be in our body and process whatever is going on. So automatically we are abandoning ourselves. That's a trauma cycle experience. We're abandoning ourselves. We're abandoning our body. By the way, since I have a microphone next to me, let me use it, right? Talking about being resourceful. So the whole trauma is experienced by being left on our own with the painful understanding of something that happened and we believe it shouldn't, or something didn't happen and we believe it should. So being left on our own with that painful understanding of it, or misunderstanding or not understanding of it, being left on our own with the pain of it, is creating the trauma. So what happens then? And every single one of us who even been in a school system has trauma. Every single one of us. A lot of us has trauma by abandoning yourself to be the way your parents want you to be, in many different shapes and forms. And if you were such a, let's call it, rebel, and you have chosen that you will choose you experience trauma because your family abandoned you, because you chose to be the way you want to be, not the way they want you to be. So there's so much I can speak about it, but to keep it a little bit shorter and simpler, it's really good to understand that all these emotions blocked and stuck in our bodies, that they are so connected with all these different patterns and beliefs, are designed on a specific frequency. And that frequency is often extremely low. And it is somewhere around 10, 20, 30, 50. Very not often I met someone with a higher frequency that they're bringing from their environment. They are people like that, but I was not brought up with them. And that's frequency all around guilt and shame. That's frequency all around suppressed and repressed guilt and shame. And very often guilt and shame is passed on. Is passed on because your caregivers didn't know how to deal with their own guilt and shame, so they passed it on you, shaming you for being different than they expected you to be, shaming you for being out loud, shaming you maybe for being too silent, shaming you for expressing your needs and desires, shaming you for asking more, shaming you for asking your needs to be fulfilled. There is just so much over there. And all these experiences are trapped within us. All these energies are on this lower frequency, and it keeps a specific thought patterns circling around it, trapped in our field. Thought forms, Eckhart Tolle calls them thought forms. They are like living entities trapped in our field. I had many that they were connected to suicidal thoughts, trapped in my field for all my life, until somewhere about 3 years ago that I actually asked another powerful healer to help me. He shared his energy with me. I'm an energy healer myself. And all of a sudden, with that expanded field of light, I was able to see, oh my goodness, they're not even my thoughts. I just believed them all this life because I heard them. But it is like that with any other thought. You hear the thought and you obey. And you obey because we have never been taught how to create a gap between one thought and another. There is just a stream, never-ending stream of thinking. Since the second we wake up, before we even open our eyes, to the moment we fall asleep. And most of us have between 80, 90, 120,000 thoughts every single day. Now, with time, more and more people have more and more thoughts every single day. Used to be thought it was 40, 50, 60,000. With someone who had such a crazy mind like I had, that it was driving me into pure insanity, it was at least 200,000 thoughts every day. I remember trying to clean the bathroom in my home somewhere around 6-7 years ago, and I nearly went crazy because I couldn't stop this obsessive, extremely horrible way of thinking. Obsessive about what they will think about me, what they will think about me, what he's gonna do, what she's gonna say. Even if I'm saying that right now, I feel already the burst of energy coming from my heart. Now I know it's love from me to me, but back in the day, I labeled it as anxiety. So of course, my body had no choice but obey my orders and create an anxiety attack. And in my case, it was a social anxiety. So now imagine I'm worrying, obsessing about what others think of me. Because when I grew up, I didn't have a chance to develop self-esteem mechanism. So my worth and my value came from others. If you have a good day, it means I can have a good day. If you have a bad day, it means I did something wrong, which is not true. and my value is on the below zero. So this is how all these patterns control us in our life until we shine the light on it, until we start saying no, no, no. I will not be going through this race chasing someone else's idea of a dream without pausing, stopping, and questioning everything I think and feel. No, it's time to pause and stop. No, it's time to sit with what is within me that I listen to. What is within me that I listen to? Maybe if it isn't within me, maybe it is just around me and it's shut in my field. But how can you do it if you never train yourself to feel and think and see with your internal senses? You're only using the 3D senses, which are very limited, very limited. Leslie Ann says, I am here too. Whoop, whoop. Brandy Reed, hello, hello, hello. Yes, I've had the suicidal thoughts too. Yeah, I've had them most of my life. I remember them, probably I had them since I was tiny, but I've had them when I remember them, having them since about 13, 14. I remember going through a massive depression at this time. Of course, no one seen anything. I didn't felt supported in any shape and form in the world I was living. So my beliefs will, no one cares. And of course, no one seen, or if they seen, my understanding was no one cares. Whatever it happened / didn't happen, my understanding of it was very victimized, because that's what was my mentality. So the environment I was brought up in created an opportunity for me and my mind to be hooked and trapped in victim mindset. And of course, what the victim is doing is trying to pinpoint whose fault is that, right? Whose fault is it that I am feeling this way? Whose fault is it that I am failing today? And I did that through nearly all of my adulthood until I was 33. And I absolutely crashed and burned, and I reached my rock bottom, and I had to stop doing, being, and thinking the way I did before. And it was a process for me, and it still is. I came close to dying. I'm lucky to be here. I'm very happy you are here. And I had these incidences as well. I will talk about them more maybe in another episode, specified for suicidal thoughts, specified for that, because I believe what I experienced to share with others. I experienced what I have experienced and overcame this specific energy to share it with the world. This is the gift I experienced. It nearly killed me a few times, and I am here to share that with the world. So there will be a specific masterclass that I will be creating and sharing that with the world, because we need to know this. This is so simple. It is not easy. But the connection with the tribe is so important. So this is a beautiful example of how powerful people say mind can be, but it's just a thought form. It's like an entity floating in your system. What I discovered in my energy field were fractals of other souls that listened to that thought. So they had a fragmented fractals of this thought form. There is no point, just kill yourself, just end it, it's too painful, you cannot handle it anymore, no one cares, just finish it right now, it's okay. And with the help of another healer, I was able to see that not only these are not my thoughts, because I couldn't figure out how come I am on this amazing journey, I'm doing so amazingly, I feel happy, I did more than I ever could ever thought, experience, manifest, and be in such a joy. And I hear the suicidal thoughts on a sunny day in my life when I have half day of work, and I'm gonna go and have an amazing time on the grass connecting with nature. And I have these thoughts, and I was absolutely baffled. I was smashed because I was still believing in my thoughts that they are a reflection of some true part of me. And when I use that healer's help, I notice not only that they are not my thoughts, they're not even trapped in my body any longer because I did so much internal energy healing. They're only trapped all around me. And I seen tiny pieces of floating souls. They were like a tiny images. Like, it's so funny because it's like a holograms. They were like holograms floating, trapped in my system, feeding on my attention, feeding on my vital life force energy. And they were telling me, simply repeating like a broken record, their last thoughts. That's what it was. So they didn't even floating around me to hurt me. They just got trapped because of my extreme, blissful, warm, light energy that I have. Many other healers said the same time, Eliza, it's because of your energy, because of your beautiful energy. And I refuse to be anyone else that I came here to be. And I learned how to live in the way to empower my uniqueness and strengthen everything within me to flow with it. That's the best word, to flow with it. So yeah, once I was able to do that, I used that healer's energy into releasing them. I only heard once, tiny little fractal of that echo, somewhere there floating around me, once or twice after. But the power of it was just like such a washed off echo that had no power over me. And I knew it straight away what to do with it. I knew it straight away that this is just a thought form, some trapped energy in my field. And it only is doing what I fed with my energy through all of the years before. So it is only normal and natural that we hear in our minds, in our heads, the echo of the past. So when we are starting over here, everyone here, I want you to grab your heart. I want you to grab your heart right now. Because if you're sitting here with me and if you're watching this, it was just on the clock 22:22. Today's powerful day for manifesting infinite abundance, guys. 22nd August 2022. And just cut on the clock 22:22, the length of the video. If that's not a sign, then I know what is it. And so this is exactly the place where we de-shame being a human, because it is a human journey to experience all of that if you chosen before entering this body on a soul level to experience that. And you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. You're exactly where you wanted to be on a soul level. Why? Because this place and situation that feels to you maybe so horrible, so disgusting, or so unpleasant, how could you ever choose that? But if you will ever tap into a higher aspect of you, and when you look at it down from a bigger picture, and you would just listen with your heart, what your soul tells you, you would find out for yourself. And yes, we have situations where people broke the rules. We're talking about abuse, we're talking about child abuse and other things happening, in the whole wide world that many of us didn't sign up for yet experienced. I'm telling you that the more you will tap in your heart, the more you will hear the guidance and answers you are seeking, and you have them. I'm here to share my journey, not to tell you how to think, not to tell you who to be, not to tell you that you came here to do this and that. My job through radiating my divinity that I tapped into, the same divinity you have within you and around you, my job is to tap into and shine the light and show you everything is possible by sharing what people don't want to share about. And without doing this work, without sharing that stuff, without shining light on it, we still will be in the shadow, entirely obeying the shadow, obeying the fear, living entirely enslaved by the fear mindset and frequency. And majority of us right now is waking up that, ooh, wow, I have been driven by so much fear. Okay, where else is it? Let me be curious. Let me see what is my next thought is going to be about. Okay, there is this one thing I need to do, and I have not done it for a week or 3 weeks. Why? Because I'm afraid. Okay, what am I afraid of? Let me look on it. Let me hold me. Let me become my own bestie. Let me become my own parent. Let me parent myself through it. No distraction. No running away to another video, to another post, to another journey, to another trip. No, here and now. Here and now. Okay, what is the fear of? Okay, so I have this fearful thought. I am not the thought. I am not the fear. I am this beautiful, magnificent being of light in this body, experiencing that fear that has been trapped there since I was born, right? Or for the last 2 years. Okay, can I allow myself to just feel it? Can I allow it to just simply flow through me? Not to get rid of it, but to feel it. Because if it was years, maybe even centuries, maybe you're carrying the shame from the last thousands of generations. What if it's gonna take a while? Are you still willing to show up for you in the depth, with the level of unconditional love that your body and your soul asks you to do? Can you acknowledge that you came here to be the one, the first one, like Terry says, the one in my family line to cut that old pattern and do not pass it on? Can you take that task, if it feels in alignment with your heart, and accept your soul calling? If you can, okay, so what is it that you need to do? Okay, this and this action you need to do. How come you cannot do it on your own? Maybe you need someone else's help. Or maybe you need a plan. Maybe you need to meditate longer. Or maybe you need to stop meditating and observing yourself with eyes open what's going on without running away into higher levels of consciousness. Because on the level of guilt and shame, there is guilt and shame. And we are carrying that within our systems. So how can I do 15 hours of meditation and only be in a higher frequency outside of my body, flying there high, experiencing phenomenal things? As soon as I come back and I open my eyes, I don't even know how to be in my body. And I'm resentful. And I keep on repeating limiting thoughts and beliefs. Because that's what a lot of us have went through, is going through, or it might be going through. We're stepping on this beautiful spiritual journey. We're learning how to fly high, and we run away from the truth, from ourselves, from being human, more and more and more. And then there comes pandemic and crash, because I don't know how to deal with being human. There's more and more running away from being human and from my reality. Not facing why do I feel uncomfortable with sitting with me and seeing, oh my God, I'm just obeying and running away the thoughts trapped in my system. That's all it is, just energy that wants to be seen, felt, and heard, just like you, just like your child version of you, just like the adult version of you, just like the future version of you on that deathbed that wants to tell you right now, stop playing small, stop listening to worry, doubt, and believing someone else is better and bigger. If you feel desire here to do something, it's your job to do it in your way, not the way anyone else is doing, the way it feels good for you. So many amazing comments. I don't mind sharing because I love helping others. Yep, about suicidal. That's it, Brandy. The power is in the shaming that what we've been shown and taught we should be ashamed of. Because let's be real, we have been taught to be ashamed of feeling pain. We should be ashamed if you're not feeling anger. Are you kidding me? Anger is in the middle stage of overcoming guilt and shame. It is a stepping stone to the light. It's a stepping stone to freedom. It's a stepping stone to neutrality. and joy and deep peace. Do you even know how deep peace feels like? Because it's such an euphoria that you melt into your own body and into the chair. You melt into this body. You melt like it's a temple. You melt like it would be a 5-star hotel room in Hilton or something like that. Deep peace is like, it's just such a blissful experience. And you can be at deep peace when you are unhappy, because happiness is conditioned. This and this and this and this have to be in place, and he has to be like that, and she has to be like that, and they have to stop to do this. Okay? Happiness is often based on that. It's very often, very little amount of happiness is based on true heart calling, depending how honest we are with ourselves and which stage of the journey we are at. And all of them are equally magnificently beautiful and amazing and worth to be expressed. But a true deep peace, okay? So how can you reach a deep peace? How can you reach that scale of consciousness in your own frequency that you will eventually want to anchor yourself at, without healthy way of expressing your anger, without saying, no, I refuse for you to talk to me this way. It is not in alignment with me. No. It makes me angry. It makes me resentful. Or I feel resentful towards you for speaking to me like that. I don't like it. I would really prefer if you would stop talking to me in the way I experience as disrespectful. Okay? So we have been taught to be ashamed of having any type of illnesses, like mental illness. So much shame around it. Like, are you kidding me? That's a one step away from enlightenment. Shining the light on it. Shaking off the 3D firm, rigid reality. It is a beautiful opening. It's painful. It's horrible also. But it gives a beautiful, magnificent opportunity for expansion on a soul level. Oh, Brandy says I'm writing a book. What is it about? What is it about? What is it about? Parents feeding children sugar, Lucky Charms, then meeting them for being hyper. That makes trauma. Yep. 100%. 100%. We don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. Yeah. The thing is, we're all doing our best to the level we are at. To the level we are at. Yeah. Yeah. So this whole platform, this whole movement we are a part of, you, me, us, is all about de-shaming being a human and de-shaming the stages on our journey we didn't do so well. De-shaming the stages on our journey that back in our subconscious, we ourselves feel ashamed of. We ourselves feel ashamed of. Okay, there's got to be a level of forgiveness. How is it happening? By raising your frequency to light and love through being in this frequency. So it's a totally different way. It's not raising my energy to love and light. I don't care about all the other dark stuff. No, that never happened. Make it go away. Love and light. Nah. It's a really temporary false sense of security. It doesn't last long. I know from my own example. I did it for a long time. I fooled myself for a long time. And I simply did my best. I didn't know what I didn't know. Until it became time, okay, let's go within. What is it deeper? The deeper levels, the deeper layers of unworthiness are awaiting to be discovered, felt, and experienced by me. Can I allow myself? Can I hold the space for me? Can I hold the space for me and allow myself to just experience energy that wants to flow through me and out of me in its own time? It's none of my business when that energy is going to die off or is going to be transmuted into higher level of consciousness. My job is to love myself unconditionally in all of my stages. Stop shaming me. Stop shaming the human in me and humans around me. It is life-changing. It doesn't make me perfect, but it makes some things, this practice, so beautiful and powerful. And today is the day where I didn't want it to go live and do this, do inwards. Why? Because I woke up resentful. I'm like, what is this energy? Oh my God, I'm resenting him and her and this and that. Why? Because they are not the way I want them to be. Who is me? Okay, because they are not the way my ego tells me they should be. And I'm resenting her for saying this 3 weeks ago on that chat. And I'm like, okay, let me observe this. It sounds absolutely ridiculous, insane, but it's really flowing through my body. And it tells me, because I feel this way, I should be ashamed of me. And I should not have a right to speak out loud to thousands of people watching this right now or on repeat. That's what it tells me. And it tells me to spend the day doing something pleasurable. Like I got new book. I received a new book. I bought a new book. And yesterday I opened and I started reading. And I couldn't put it down. Which tells me, oh, that book is in alignment. I want to just now do and read it all the time, but until I finish. But there is this passion work that I love to do so much, and I know it makes my light on fire when I do it because it's in alignment with my soul. So what is my job here? Take care of me, address what needs to be addressed. So I did hours of work this morning, hours. Journaling, meditation, breath work, not to get rid of it, but just to be with me when I am this way. The way I've been shaming myself to be all my life. The real me. The human, the vulnerable human who is in the shiny superstar to go on a rescue and take care of everyone around me. And I've spent time with myself. And I allowed myself to, amongst all of it, also experience so much love and beauty. Me and Andrea, we finally got our beautiful designer wedding bands received. And we have went outside with our puppies, barefoot on the grass, next to our jungle, if you've seen my Instagram or Facebook pictures. And we said our vows again, this time with our designer rings. And you know what? We cried. Andrea started soaking and I started crying. Then Andrea started crying. Yeah. We got married in January 24th, which it was about nearly 7 months ago. In 2 days will be 7 months. And right now we got our buds. It took a while for us to pick them. It took a while for them to design them. They are from Bio with Love, a very, very special company designed by Nikki Reed. She was playing in Twilight. She created that eco gold from recycling called printers. So it's a very planet friendly company, and the jewelry, and yeah. So amongst all of it, my internal or shadow trying to tear me apart, I am helping other people, not running away from it. I'm dealing with it. And after I filled up my own cup, I'm helping other people, not allowing their unworthiness take them down or kept them too long in hiding or in shadow. And I'm experiencing a life event. And I'm sharing my open, magnificent heart here with the whole wide world that will be watched by thousands. Because I refuse to be a victim. I refuse to stay as a victim. Can I allow myself to experience the victimhood running through me? Yep. Do I have to be swooped by it and taken out of my day? No more. I did that for far too often. far too often, far too many times. Oh, today is not the day to do it. Okay, let me just clean the whole house, paint the roof, design the new floor, everything, anything, right? And then maybe I will deal with it. No, I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna love myself more than ever before. And I will show up for myself in my marriage, in my family, in my relationship with me, in my passion work, in my tribe. Okay, what do we have here? Brandy says, my childhood trauma and my physical, mental, and sexual trauma I've gone through. That's the book she's reading about. Yes. So many blessings. Thank you for being you as an adult. Yeah. My book keeps me in my alignment. It gets out of my shame and anger. Yes. Because that's your soul calling, Brandy, and you are answering it. This is just phenomenal. Thank you for being here and sharing that with us. Wow. Terry says, I started reading book yesterday, couldn't put it down on unicorns. So good, so good. You get to follow your joy, and the joy comes in many different shapes and forms. And when we follow the joy is one of the highest frequency. Can I feel the joy or be in joy frequency and in the same time experience this salt energy running through me? How come? Why? Because we're no longer three-dimensional beings. Linear, one thing at a time only can be felt, seen, or experienced. We're multidimensional beings. We fully know that right now. We can experience every single night. I'm no longer dreaming. And it's been like that for some time now. Every single night I am in a different dimension. I'm waking up and I know that was a different dimension because this and this thing in my life happened in different way. This person stayed longer than in this life, and that person never been there, and the person from this life is not in this life. Every single night, and I will talk about it in another episode. Love them. Never a victim, always a survivor. You see, Brandy, that's what I thought before as well. What it's more in alignment with me is the victorious. Because survivor, for me, it's still based for, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just couldn't, it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. That's what it is. But I know lots of people that they became so free by doing that, because it isn't about the word, it's about the energy we hold ourselves around the word. And English is not my first language, so I'm often having a little bit different energies around specific words. For me, it had to be victorious. For me, it had to be victorious. I have no time for being a victim. And survival for me was surviving, trying to, the way I was brought up. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of food. I don't know if I'm going to survive until the paycheck comes, That's what was for me the survival. I was never happy with survival. Survival was just too painful for me. For me, it was all about, okay, how can I be victorious, which is overcoming being in that mentality that I was in the past, that it was assigned to the way I experienced those energies. Yes, I'm so victorious. Yes, you are, because you're writing this book. And I cannot wait to see your book. You have to share with me. You have to share with me your book whenever it's done. And we're holding you here accountable for writing that book in your own divine timing. Yeah. Okay, lovelies. We're having now 44 minutes nearly. We are going to finish with that. There is just few last streams of consciousness that I will allow to flow. If there's something that needs to be said, it's that the truth is that we are taught by many people and many different teachers also to run away from maybe lower states of being. And that's simply because there is some trapped energy that makes that person or us believe we are it. Okay. So if I know I am not the shame and guilt that it was passed on to me in my childhood, why would I be scared of it? Okay. So if I know that guilt and shame is not me and I am not it, why would I be afraid to sit with it? I would be actually really curious to sit at it with a table, like I mentioned before in previous episodes. If you didn't watch episode 1 and 2, please go and do so. Sit at the table and see who's gonna be the first to leave this table. Because the shadow cannot remain as a shadow when it's exposed to the light. So if I believe that I am a being of light and I'm sitting in the front of shadow without trying to change it or manipulate it, by just being me and holding that expansive frequency of light within me, not running away, not pretending, just being, presence, awareness, focus, here and now, in my body, in my breath, in my torso, in my soul. If I emit and I see guilt and shame, I can only believe that I am guilt and shame when I am swooped by it, when I'm forgetting, when I am in soul amnesia, when I am forgetting that I am a being of light. And I simply came here to experience more, to expand on a soul level through those different energy flows, through those different emotions, which is emotion is a side, it's an end result of how I am interpreting life situations and myself and others. Okay? So if I truly believe that I am guilt and shame, of course I will be running away from me because it's unpleasant. It's a really low spinning heavy energy. Its frequency is very low, very slow spinning, very heavy. The peace frequency, the joy frequency, very fast spinning, higher, lighter frequency. It's a totally different frequency. You want to be there. Why? Because we are beings of light. We are prone for light and love. We grow towards the light. Look at the leaf, the plant, where it grows, towards the light or the shadow in the corner, towards the light. And what you're doing with that plant, it looks juicy, amazing, you want to eat it. That fruit, that beautiful leafy greens. That's right. Let me have a cracker. So the more you will sit with yourself, remembering who you truly are, which for me, it took amount of work. It took many hours of meditation to detach from being in survival, to detach from the resentful thoughts, not to run away from them, but to look at it. Oh my God, I'm just repeating the pattern that I learned in my childhood. That's all it is. That's all it is. Let me see how there is no purpose for me to feeling like that about this person right now. Okay? Let me just dive deep into it and see that pattern, how it starts, how it unfolds, how it makes me feel, what it makes me do, and what it makes me not do. Because it doesn't want me to be me and remember that I am the light. See how it unfolds, how it finishes, how it goes off when I am distracting myself with ice cream and popcorn and many different things. In the past, it was alcohol, drugs, sex, shopping, spending money on the internet and all that stuff. Can you feel the love, guys? Because I feel such a burst of energy. Massive heart coherence. I bet if I would put the heart coherence reader now, it would be the heart coherence. Whew, phenomenal. And this is the power of us connecting together in truth. This is where our frequency is like that when we talk about it, because we shine the light till there. We don't shine the light only till this level. We shine the light to the bottom. And this is it. If you will get that point, the deeper, the more you will go into the energy of you will master your energy. Let me just tell you something. I was trying to do a lot of it on my own. It didn't got me far. It got me somewhere, but it didn't got me far. And on each another stage, I needed deeper level of support and help, to the point that it took a village. It took a village, and it's okay. You know why? Because I'm worthy. Because I'm worthy of the help of the whole village. Not just one person, not just the cheapest price, or not just freebies. I stopped fooling myself that I can have a nutritious, beautiful, high-frequency dinner every night by eating free samples from Sam's Club. I had to stop fooling myself. I had to start investing in myself. And that's what really, really, really changed my life. Having one-on-one help and support and a group environment with a really high frequency that is doing the same thing that I want to do, or I'm doing, or it already did what I want to do, what I want to have be an experience. And I'll be creating a here community on Patreon. We will be meeting about 2, 3, or 4 times a month for these powerful classes and workshops in a very safe and nurturing environment. And that will be done through Patreon. Announcement, whoop, whoop. And of course, we are starting very soon Energy Mastery Empire Mastermind, EME. I call it EME, E-M-E-M, Energy Mastery Empire initials that I have, EM. It came to me, the download came to me, and we will be there for 3 months mastering our energy to stop being taken down and torn apart by lower frequency. We will be raising our frequency by looking into that which simply needs to be heard, seen, and felt. We will be learning how to daily show up for yourself with love. Doesn't matter how you feel when you wake up, or doesn't matter what's going to happen or not happen in your day. I will teach you. I already have people that they have joined. I will be officially opening Tuesday or Wednesday. So within next 48 hours, you would be able to go to a specific link. I will come back and attach it in this video, and you would be able to join us. If you are up for it, put your hand up. And the prices will be very reasonable, and it will be your lifetime investment into you, into your ever growth. I would love everyone who feels called through their heart to join, not because you are broken or there is something wrong with you, but because you are worthy of receiving support and help and getting those spiritual tools to equip yourself with. So I'm very happy. There's only few people I'm gonna let in. It's not gonna be a crowd. So if you wanna be sure you are booking your spot, send me a private message through Facebook, Eliza Mozal, right now, and I will talk to you very soon. Thank you for joining me. Definitely will. Thank you so much. What's your cacao drink? Cacao, half water, half oat milk or something like that. This one is walnut milk, just 2 ingredients, walnut and water. And I have a little bit of organic agave syrup for sweetening and the cinnamon, organic cinnamon. So that's my drink. Definitely feel it. I've done all mine on my own. Powerful, amazing brandy, phenomenal, huge, well done. So glad I found you. I am up for it. Phenomenal. Thank you for being here. I'm sending so much love, so much joy to every single one of you. I will see you here on Inwards very soon. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 23rd of August, 2022, 2 p.m. EST, group meditation through Zoom. Zoom link will be posted few minutes before the Zoom will start in Sovereign Hearts group by Eliza Mozal on Facebook. So if you are not there yet, or you don't have a Facebook, create any Facebook account. Let me know you found me through YouTube. Send me private message. I will add you to the group, and you will be able to join us and allow yourself to experience more of these beautiful energies and whatever else it is for you on this journey to experience and receive. Follow your heart, stay phenomenal. Be sure if you've got any value whatsoever from this content, from this channel, to like that video and share it with others and subscribe to that channel. Why? Because it makes it grow and expand. It gives others opportunities, shown to others simply. So it gives others opportunity to learn that they don't have to listen to their suicidal thoughts, that they can simply have another option, that they can choose a different thought to ride on, or this is the channel to learn more about it. So allow yourself to share your light, by simply sharing the content that resonates with you. That's how most of us are spreading our light. I love it. I like it. Let me have the world to see this instead of the news telling us how limited and bad we are. Okay, lovelies. Thank you. This has been so much joy, so much pleasure. I so appreciate every single one of you, every comment, your love that I feel through my heart, inside, out, front, back. Thank you for your love, your beautiful, amazing comments. I'm sending blessings to every single one of you. And I will see you all or some of you tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST.